Welcome to episode 3 of So Much Hype. I'm your host, 8-Bit Matt, and I am joined by my traditional panel, Charlie.
Hello.
And Kevin.
Hello there.
But we are not alone this week. We have our very first guest of So Much Hype. It is the fantastic Mike Dean.
What a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for joining us, Mike Dean. Or Mike. We'll mix it up. But guys, it's been a pretty important week for those things called video games. There may have been a little show that happened. We talked about it a little bit. But E3 week. I want to go next year. I want to go there. Anyone want to join me?
Absolutely. If I could make the time for it and life treats me well, I would definitely go.
All right. Mike Dean? Charlie? You want to come?
Yes, sure.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Guy.
I would be there as well.
Let's do it. Let's make it up. We'll build a tent. We'll just, we'll tailgate that bad boy.
Yeah, like camp out. I'm all down.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it up. Guys, let us know if you want to join us. Let's make it happen. A little
Do they
corral
do
going.
cosplay over there?
I don't know. I think it's only press.
It's not saying that I do it, but I've always,
Well, now you've got to cosplay for us. Sorry, buddy.
I'll go to Comic-Con and cosplay if you go to Comic-Con.
All right. Well, let's calm down. Let's not go to every show. My vacation isn't unlimited here.
Yeah.
But
Well,
let's
I've got vacation. I've already got vacation booked out for CatCon next year.
Oh, CatCon. Yeah, you gotta love that CatCon. All right, guys, but let's talk about some games. We'll stop talking about the future, except we'll be talking about the future of some games that we want to see. We didn't cover Nintendo and Square, so we'll just kind of I'll do a quick glossing over of that. We got some new Star Fox. We've got
Speaking of
Mario
glossing.
Maker. Huh?
I said, speaking of glossing,
Yeah, speaking of glossing. Yeah, Star Fox Zero. Anybody see some footage on that? Thoughts?
yeah, I think you can switch your fighter into like a mech.
Yeah, like a walking bird mech. Which, hey, I'm on the fence. I want to
But
play
other
it.
than that, look kind of retarded.
I want to experience, like, I didn't know if I like like, you got to use the gamepad to move around to aim. That just seemed like a little exhausting to me. So,
I don't think you should stream yourself playing it. Like, I don't think you should stream the footage of you playing. I just want to see you playing it yourself.
oh, you want to see footage of me playing it.
Yeah, just getting all frantic with all the different stuff going on.
Maybe I'll do that. I might
If you
do
can
that.
handle the tension.
I'll do it. I got to make a quick note that we will literally be the world will be taken over because Skylander and Amiibo are joining up. So there's like little plastic toys will dominate the world. There's only 2 of them, but they work for both Skylander and Amiibo, which is terrifying, I guess. Wallets will be absorbed, parents most likely, but and we got.
So right now they only announced 2 amiibos.
But there's more.
Sure, I'm sure they're coming.
There's more. Personally, I'm going to call it out. Mario Tennis is coming to the Wii U, and I love tennis. So, yeah, I'm going to get that. No shame. No shame at all. Mario Maker. I think this one's pretty cool. Kevin, Michael, have you guys seen Mario Maker?
I actually have not.
I have not either.
So let me give a little rundown of what it is. It's basically a game where you make Mario levels. You have full control, and you have access to, like, I think original Mario, Mario 3, Super Mario World, and you can mix and match all the different genres together and make crazy, insane levels, and then share them with the community.
So is it all going to be like the old 2D platformer ones, or does it also mix in like N64?
I don't think it has. I don't think it's. I think it's side scrolling. I could be wrong about that.
But either way, that sounds awesome. You can create your own levels.
Yep, and share them with the community.
That could get pretty wild pretty fast.
Yeah.
I think it's time to get the community involved. You're in for some good creativity there.
Yeah.
Some good opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, and the Wii U's gamepad kind of makes it with that stylus. You can just draw some stuff in there. That it seems cool. I'm intrigued by it. I might not pick it up at launch, but I might pick it up, 5 months down the line and let all that cream rise to the top and play all those awesome levels people have made, and then the crazy ones that make you just laugh.
I think one of the cool thing is that there's potential for some of the developers from the very first one to the current ones to be able to go on there and add DLC to it, where they just make their own maps real quick,
Oh yeah.
or just put them in there randomly, as a surprise to the community, which would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it sounds great. It sounds like a super fun thing to me. There was a new Zelda game for the 3DS, but I don't have it, so I kind of zoned out.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to Four Swords. If you ever played that back in the day.
That's the multi 4 people at once, right?
Right, it's the same idea.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I'm okay with that. We'll jump on to Square. The big one, obviously, is Kingdom Hearts 4. Or, I'm sorry,
3.
not 4, 3. Oops.
You think that's the big one?
I mean, well, come on. Can we have our own dropping bombs on the show?
Sorry.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3. It looked cool. We saw gameplay of it. It looked like they'll have, some of the new Disney princesses that look like, was it Tangled? Is that the one? Is that the Disney one? I don't know. But it looked like it had some of the new Disney areas in it. It looked fun. You heard Goofy making his goofy noises. It looks solid. I mean, I want to play it. But I'll let Kevin drop the real bomb of Square Enix.
They're doing a Final Fantasy VII remake. Not remaster, a remake.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is, what people have been, or fanboys like me, have been, waiting for years. And so this is just, I'm just so ecstatic about it. I can't wait when that gets a release date, which will be forever, but
Yeah.
just the fact that they're doing it is enough to make me happy.
So as a non-fanboy, let me ask, what's the difference between a remastering and a remake? Are we talking about a different storyline, or what goes into that?
It could be.
Potentially could be. With a remaster, they're just making it fresh with somewhat current technology. Just refreshing the graphics, stuff like that.
Like what they do for Disney movies. Like they remaster Aladdin.
Exactly. They up-res them.
Same thing as for games.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's like the Halo Master Chief Collection, right? They up-res all the games. They use the new technology. It's the same game, just you've played before. But remake is like, okay, they're going to take the core content, the core game, game mechanics. The question is, are those going to stay the same? Are they going to tweak them a bit? Well, the story arcs might be a little different. Who knows? It gives that sense of wonder again. But you're bringing back those characters. It's the characters that people really love, and the battle system. But the characters are what people love, and that's what they've attached to. Yeah, I mean, it looks exciting. I want to see more. I want to know more. I want to know what studio's building it. Is it Yeah, I want to see more. So yeah,
I definitely can't wait.
Any other? So Deus Ex. I played the first one. I know, Mike. I gave you my copy of that and our Deus Ex Human Revolution, and you were not a fan. You didn't finish it, at least that I remember. But they got a new one coming out, and it looks a lot like the same. But I'm interested. I might pick it up.
It does look good. It does look good. I didn't finish the copy you gave me, and I'm kind of thinking that I might need to go back and do that, and just start make. You know what I need to do? I need to get the history. I need to start from square one, get the original, and play them all the way through. Get excited about it.
Yeah, go the Kevin way. Kevin. He's got to start from the original and go all the way through.
Exactly.
Yeah, Kevin goes back to the 8-bit.
Yeah, he does. So, speaking of games that Michael hasn't finished, I have to pick on him here. Mirror's Edge, open world, free roam, free running. My brother was so hyped about this game, got it, and never opened it. Never opened it. How do you feel about the sequel?
Well, I didn't know this was going to be a roast session when I
You
came
know,
on as a guest
hey,
star,
I got
but
I got to call you out a little bit.
I did play the original Mirror's Edge
Oh,
a little
finally.
bit. I did open it. But yeah, it does sound exciting. I mean, anytime you're going to cut out cutscenes and loading and things like that, and not section it off into levels. And I think for a game like Mirror's Edge, where that's what it's all about, right? It's about
Right.
being fluid and running through the different levels and the terrain. So I think it's very promising. I think that's something technology they definitely need to bring to the game. So I think it's got a lot of promise. I might check it out and might even open it this time. We'll
Ooh,
see.
ooh, there we go. Let's see what else. Anything else exciting from the week? Anything else you guys want to talk about that Kevin, Michael? I know you guys weren't there. Wiggins, you've been a little quiet over there. Anything you guys want to touch on from the conference you've seen so far?
No, everything looked really solid. There's a lot of good games coming out. Just got to find the time to play 'em.
It's been a good E3.
Oh
It's been
yeah.
solid.
One thing for me is Shenmue 3. That's a fanboy thing.
Fanboy
I
again.
actually, yeah, I played the first one on the Dreamcast,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually, I, f- I forgot where I got it again. I think they released it for the Xbox,
I
and
think
so I
so.
actually played it again like a few years ago, but never played the second one. I had a rented, scratched copy from way back in the day. Never got
Bummer.
past the first hour or two.
Mm, bummer.
So before I play three, I'll have to play two. But
No.
the fact that doing a third, that's crazy. Just like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I think so they're doing it through Kickstarter, which is pretty cool. And
100%.
and Sony's apparently put some money behind it as well, so it's not just community funded. I mean, Sony's putting it through the Kickstarter formula or whatever as well. But it's cool. It was an interesting way to say, hey, look, if you guys really want this game, put your money there, and just using Kickstarter as an avenue for that. It makes me wonder if, what if one of these first party studios, I'm sorry, one of these, one of the big heads, like what if Sony creates their own Kickstarter version. Like, hey, if you want these games, fund them, and then have their first party studios making them, or have, a couple dedicated to that. I mean, that could be an interesting game changer in terms of like console wars. What do you guys think about that?
I mean,
I
it could
agree.
be just like a new way on how games get created,
Right.
right? It's another avenue, and so I think this could really change the industry.
Yeah. And it's definitely already changing it, but imagine a first party studio that they're only funded by the ideas that went, rule out or whatever. That'd be cool.
Well, I mean, you had Obsidian Entertainment.
Yeah.
They released Pillars of Eternity. I actually have the game. It's sitting right in front of me.
Mhm.
Hard copy. I backed that, years ago when that first got released.
Yeah. Yeah, I backed a couple of games myself. I backed Duelist. I backed Hyperlight Drifter. Excited about both of those. But yeah, any other games that stand out to y'all that y'all want to chat about before we jump into our top three of this show?
One thing I wanted to say before we change topics too quick
Drop it.
about the crowdfunding. I think that you're right. I think we're going to see a lot of crowdfunding in video game future, but it makes me a little nervous because sometimes you've got to tell the people what they want. I think so
Right.
many times it's all about the community and talking about what they want and taking that and running with it. But I think so many great games have come from the minds of brilliant developers and um, people that are going to come up with these ideas, and they tell us what we want. It's something we never even thought of, and I think that's where a lot of the really good genres come from. A lot of the really good series that we all love. So I don't know. I think crowdfunding's going to play a big role, but we've got to still have those games that kind of come out of nowhere and start those communities.
Right.
Are you?
Um,
Oh, go
I
ahead,
mean, the
Kev.
thing is that think of it. I mean, it's the developers coming up with ideas, and if you like it, you back it. It's not like you give money and tell this person, this company to make what you
Yeah.
want. It's
That's
more like
that's
they
a good
have
point.
their idea and they're selling it, and so you're buying that idea.
Yeah,
And so they
that's
still have control. They're still making original ideas, that no one would ever have thought of but them. So it's still unique.
Yeah, it's a good point, Mike. I think there will be room for both in the future. Like you said, but we will see a bigger rise of this Kickstarter type of thing. But you're right. We will definitely always see like those first party games, those that are just brand new ideas. And when we see them, and speaking of one, like we saw Horizon, from the guys who made Killzone, Guerrilla Games, like Horizon looks fantastic. That's a brand new idea. We didn't know we wanted future post-apocalyptic monster transforming mech dinosaur hunting games, but now we've potentially got one soon, and I like it. So yeah, I think there's room for both. I'll ask one more question. We've seen this game a ton. Are you still hyped about it? There are two actually. Are you still hyped about No Man's Sky? It was announced that it will be released for PC and PS4 at the same time. Is anybody still hyped about this game? It's not sounding strong.
It's not really my genre, but I'd be interested to check it out, I suppose.
Okay. Kev, Mike,
Oh.
losing interest in it?
Well, I've actually never seen No Man's Sky. I haven't,
Oh.
to be honest, I haven't been keeping up to date too much,
Okay.
as much as I should be in the gaming industry. So all these new things, it's,
There's a
they're all
lot.
my outlet for it.
Yeah, that's fair. All
I
right.
think I think the scale is exciting to me. I think what was it the Sony
Mm-hmm.
conference when he came out and they were kind of demoing it a little bit, and he was talking about every star you're going to see is going to be a different planet that you can travel to that has life, and he starts zooming out, and it's slowly at first, and so you're viewing all these stars. I mean, it's like, hundreds, thousands of stars. And then he's like, well, let's go a little faster. And he picks up the speed, and he's just blazing through this
Yeah.
galaxy of stars. And you just start thinking about the possibilities. And I think that alone gets me a little bit excited, because you could lose yourself in No Man's Sky. I mean, with
Oh, yeah.
just the content they're going to have in there. So that's exciting, but it comes back to something we've all been talking about, and there's so many good games, but time is limited, right? So do I want to lose myself in exploring these planets that maybe don't really have that thrilling of content when I could be going and playing, for honor, not to jump ahead, but something that I'm more excited about, or something that's going to be more exciting.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think the premise of that, all those planets, and he even said there will be planets that no one ever visits. Like that's just like a daunting thing. That just sounds cool. Like you're like, ooh, well, I want to go explore that planet. I want to be the one who discovers it. It looks really cool. I just feel like we keep seeing the same info on it. Like, granted, we're always seeing something new, but I understand the concept. I just want to see more gameplay. I want to see someone spend like, hey, we're going to do a live stream for 3 hours. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see what the menus look like.
There's got to be more behind it.
Yeah, I need to see more of like the
There's gotta be
game
more
mechanics.
behind it outside of just the exploration.
Right. Yeah. So I want to know what
And
that
that's
is.
really important. So
So
What's motivating you to explore?
Right.
What's the motivation behind it?
right.
Well, here's the motivation I'm getting from it: to be the first one to visit the planet.
Right. But so he's talked about there's trading, there's combat. So the question is, am I fighting all NPCs, or can I run into you guys and kill you and take all your stuff and fly it off to some random star? I want a little more substance of what's happening. How does this pertain to me? Like, where am I starting? Does everyone start in the same place? Are there like going to be more populated areas? Maybe. I don't know. I want more than just the concept. I got the concept down.
My imagination is running wild already.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
It sounds super cool. Yeah, like don't get me wrong. So, like I said, I've seen it at several conferences, but I'm still excited. But like Mike, you said, time is limited, and there are so many good games coming out in the next couple of years that I just wonder how much time I'll be able to spend with it. But on to those top 3. So how we're going to do this is each one of us gets to pick our top 3 games of the show, and then as a collective, somehow we will figure out, fight, debate over So Much Hype's game of the show. Anyone want to take the reins and go first? All right, well, I'll go first. I've got my 3 games. We've talked about a few of them. Horizon, Zero Dawn, the new Guerrilla Games one looks awesome. I just love that idea of like taking down large, Terminator-like dinosaurs and like harvesting resources. They've referred to it as a open world RPG. It just looks cool. It's got a great style to it. You can see a lot of the heritage of the Guerrilla Games Killzone series in there, but it feels brand new. I don't even own an Xbox One, but I want one solely for Cuphead. If you haven't seen this game, it looks like Walt Disney's like original Mickey Mouse illustrations, but it is a like side-scrolling, super challenging game, and it looks breathtaking. You guys know me. I love my indie games. I'm always getting lost in those. So it's high on the list, and I might have to get a Xbox One when that happens. And, of course, my last one will be I bounced between 2, Battlefront and The Last Guardian, but The Last Guardian is here. We've seen it, and it looks awesome, so The Last Guardian is my 3rd choice. That's it. That's Mike, you want to take the reins next?
Yeah, I'm. What was the Yarn game that was in there? I'm surprised that wasn't one of your top 3. I heard you talking about it the other day.
I did. Where I wrote it down. Where is it? I'll look through my notes. You keep going, and I'll tell you what it is here in a second.
It's Unravel. That's what it was
yes,
called, right?
Unraveled. Yes.
So that's actually not one of my favorite. One of my top 3, but it was interesting. I was intrigued by it, but I think top 3. I've got to jump on the Star Wars Battlefront.
Good
I
choice.
think it looks neat. The gameplay looks really crisp. It looks fun. It looks fluid. So, looking forward to that. And then another shooter game that I'm looking forward to is the Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands. I think the trailer looks exciting. I like the idea that you can kind of approach it. It kind of reminded me of Hitman almost, which I'm a huge Hitman fan as well, so obviously that excites me. But I kind of like. I think both of them are going to be very somewhat similar because it's you can approach it however you want, right? You can go in guns blazing. You can do a recon approach. So both of those games get me excited. For whatever reason, the Wildlands got me a little bit more excited. So that's going to take the cake over Hitman in that particular kind of genre, if you will.
Fair enough.
And the last one that I'm really excited about after watching some gameplay is For Honor, because maybe it's because I'm so excited and such on a high right now from Game of Thrones and swordplay, but I'm just ready to swing a sword and out-sword master someone, Yeah. So I'm ready to hack some heads off, kill some armies, and just get the adrenaline pumping. So For Honor takes the cake for me on the top 3, but those are the 3.
Yeah, all solid choices. I'm with you. The question is barbarian, samurai, or knight?
I can't even make a call at the moment because, I'm a big fan of Vikings on the History Channel, so part of me wants to go that way, but samurai,
How can you say no?
So much honor. The Last Samurai, a great movie. It's just there's so many.
All right.
Rurouni Kenshin, I don't know.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to drop that super difficult question on you, but yeah, solid games. I got to ask one question, and we talked about this. The Division And Ghost Recon, like, why not the Division? You like the idea of the wilderness a little more than the city streets of New York?
I do. I do like that.
Okay.
And again, I don't really have a firm stance on why,
And
but
that's okay.
but the wildlands, yeah, I think the open wilderness, it kind of makes me think of Far Cry a little bit, and
Okay.
I'm a Far Cry fan, so some of their more recent kind of sandbox style. So I think
Okay. Cool. Yeah, fair enough.
hiding in a tree, sniping a drug lord, you know, I'm like
Hey,
something that gets me excited.
just an afternoon, right? Why
Yeah,
not? All
yeah,
right.
just not,
Yeah, apparently there's
Oh, go ahead,
plenty of
Wiggs.
drug lords in that game.
Yeah, drug lords.
There's plenty of drug lords to go around.
yeah, yeah. Did the blood run into enough piles of cocaine during the trailer?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe.
So I'll go next. Mine aren't too big of a surprise, but I think with the top three, definitely Fallout 4 is number one on the list there. It's got a lot going for it. All the additional features that they added, like building a little city. There's some really good customization to the weapons that
Yeah.
I haven't really seen before in that game that are pretty interesting. So that one's definitely on my radar. The other one's XCOM 2. No surprise, but they actually showed a lot of footage of the actual gameplay,
Nice.
and it looks like they've really gone in depth and added a lot of features that make it a lot more interesting in regards to gameplay. But
Yeah.
third would be I'm going to go ahead and stick with Horizon.
Mm.
It's always fun to see a new IP enter the market, and I trust Gorilla with their graphics, and I'm glad they're kind of getting away from the Killzone
Yeah.
first-person shooter atmosphere. So I have faith in them. And from what I've seen with the RPG mechanics, and as you were saying, it looks like it's going to be open world. I'm hoping it's going to kind of be a mix of Shadows of Mordor and something else.
Like
We'll
Shadows
see.
of the Colossus, maybe a little bit, or no, I'm sorry, Monster
yeah,
Hunter.
yeah, so-
Monster Hunter more, I think.
Sure. So that, and I mean, it looked like there was a stealth mechanic there in the video.
Oh, yeah.
Where they hide in the grass. So that kind of reminded me of Shadows of Mordor. But we'll see. It looks like she'll slowly upgrade from bow and arrow to like weapons and whatnot. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, does she evolve all the way to like guns and other stuff? Who knows? But always nice to see those new IP happening. And last, but certainly not least, Kevin, give us your top three.
So you've already heard two of them.
Uh-oh.
My number three would be Shenmue 3. Again, I still need to find that copy for the second one to play it.
Sure.
So I gotta search for that where I can buy it.
Mm-hmm.
My second one would be Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played. So a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for this, but I actually like 8 over 7.
That's okay. You're
Okay.
entitled to your opinion, man. Do it.
Well, no, I'm one of the few because a lot of people are, or at least what I believe
Yeah.
is a lot majority like 7.
You had your flirting sniper rifle guy and Zell the boxer.
Yeah,
I remember.
I mean the characters were really cool, but I hated the casino, and I mean it was probably because when I grew up, I started with 8 rather than 7, and
Huh.
so it was. I reverted back, in graphics to play this game, and that was probably a big obstacle for me. So I actually didn't finish it until a few years ago. But so now that they're making a remake, that's kind of the reason why I'm so hyped up about it.
Guess Kevin just wasn't a fan of the blocked hands.
I was not. The triangle shoulders, no, I was definitely not.
All right.
So, but my number one would, I'm gonna have to be with Charlie on this one. A Fallout 4 for me. Add this to
Alright.
his list. Because I've played an ungodly amount of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I got the platinum trophies for both, I'm pretty sure.
Gah.
Yeah. Multiple saves, multiple characters, 60 plus hours on each. I think the longest one I had was around 90 to 120.
Okay.
And I actually like the Fallout series rather than uh, Elder Scrolls. I like guns and
That's fair.
all that kind of stuff, like post-apocalyptic world rather than Fantasyland.
Okay. No, that's fair.
So I definitely like Skyrim. I played my fair share of that too. So,
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well, guys, there are our top 3 games. Let us know yours in the comments below. And now for the Duke out. So I think the way we're going to do this is each person can pick. It can be from your top 3 list or not. Every person picks a game, and we go basically. So we'll duke them out game for game. So, for example, me and Charlie will both pick a game. We'll pit them against each other, the open panel, and we'll just kind of decide, like, okay, which one, right? Bring your arguments up for both. Try to be, minimalize the fanboy power, but, think about them. And like I said, because we got to agree on this as a group. And then, again, we'll have the two semifinal matches, and then we'll do the final, and that'll be our game of the show. Sound good?
Matt, we should ask if you're going to try to push in the Destiny expansion as a game of show.
No,
I don't think
no,
that
no,
will
no.
qualify.
No.
Okay.
I'm not. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely, I'm excited for it, but definitely not my game of show. I'm going to put in Last Guardian. We've been waiting for a while. It looked great. If you're a fan of Shadow of the Colossus, Eco, I mean, it looks like a combination of the 2 games, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. What do you got? What are you putting up against Last Guardian, Wiggins?
Well, I think it's pretty easy here, but I'm trying to look at games that are coming out, this year or early first quarter.
Okay.
And with that said, of course, I'm going to stick with Fallout 4.
All right. Fair enough. We'll start down with our special guest, Mike. Which way are you leaning? Last Guardian,
Yeah,
Fallout 4.
I'm gonna have to go with Fallout 4 on this one. I think.
That's fair.
I think that's I think out of the group here, I think we heard two strong plays for Fallout 4, and definitely when I was watching the coverage, it was a huge fan favorite. And personally, I've never played Fallout, but I've watched a lot of people play Fallout, and from that standpoint alone, I think it's got to be a winner. And matter of fact, I think I'm actually gonna have to pick it up and start playing myself. So
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, couple things like Charlie was saying, having the building your own towns, building 2 towns, and having to link them together with caravans and stuff. That just sounds fun to me. I definitely will not put as much time as Charlie or Kevin, but I will definitely dip a toe, if you will, compared to them into this world. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I'm with you as well. I'll throw my vote into Fallout 4. I love Last Guardian, but Fallout 4 is just going to get significantly more playtime from all 4 of us. As we'll definitely probably play The Last Guardian, but, is there going to be lots of, depth like there is in Fallout 4?
And to be honest, yeah, have you seen enough of it? Right.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's just exciting to see that it's not dead.
Right.
Because I love Shadow of the Colossus. That's one of my top games of all time, and just excited to see that group making more of their games in that style. So,
real quickly, do you think that's going to be like a PS3 HD'd version, or is it actually going to be full PS4 engine? Because it looked like it was a PS3 engine, just HD.
I thought that at first, but I went back and was looking at some old footage, and I think that's a solid PS4 game. I don't think
it was in development for PS3 at the time.
You're right, but I think they've upgraded their engine or whatever. But if you go back and look at the old footage, it doesn't look anywhere as good as it did on the show, on the the demo they shared at this conference.
Gotcha.
So it definitely doesn't. It's not the prettiest one we've seen, but in terms of graphics for next gen consoles, but it definitely looked significantly better. It played tricks on you because it felt like the old one.
It didn't look real to me, but it looked very tasteful. It looked like an art style, but I wouldn't say it looked very realistic.
Right.
Graphic.
Oh, I agree. So yeah, Kevin, I mean, go ahead and throw your vote down. Drop the gauntlet.
Yeah, y'all already pretty much said it for me. Yeah, Fallout 4 definitely takes a cake because I'm just the whole environment. That's like that depressing kind of you're trying to survive kind of scenario. I'm really into that. It just really intrigues me. And then you had just the. What's funny is that when you said that you see people play it and it looked fun, I remember the first time I saw Fallout 3, it was Ty, one of our good friends, Ty. He was playing it. We were all over at his house, and I saw him at the point. I didn't know what was going on, but everything was just dark black. It was nighttime and it was green, not a lot of color. So I was like, "What are you playing?" And it was at the time when he was using VATS. And for those of you who don't know, who
Targeting
haven't played
system.
Fallout, it stands for Vault Assisted Targeting System. It's basically pause and you aim at the limbs of your enemy and you could fire on it and it's a success rate. So it's kind of like a tactical strategy game at that point. But so when he was doing that, it just looked so boring. I was like, I don't want to play this. But it wasn't until I finally gave it a chance because I was like, this game actually got really good reviews. And now that I'm reading the story and the concept of it, it sounds awesome, and I never regretted it. So yeah, Fallout 4 definitely takes my vote.
Boom. So Fallout 4 will take out The Last Guardian. Good matchup, but clearly Fallout 4 is a strong candidate here. On to the other semifinal match. We've got Mike Dean. Drop your candidate for us.
I will drop the candidates.
Ooh.
And I feel like I'm going to have my work cut out for me here. But let's go ahead and throw in a little bit of For Honor.
Okay. All right. For Honor. And Kevin, who will For Honor be going up against?
Well, can it also be Fallout 4?
I mean, if you want. God.
No, give us something different.
Or should I have
already heard
something
all
fresh
strong.
just for the sake?
Give us something different, all right? You already got Fallout's in the rings. Give us something different.
I mean, I don't want to say Final Fantasy VII
Okay.
because that's just way too much bias. But I mean, it is a remake, and so it's still partially original.
Okay.
So I mean, I really can't think of anything else. Well, there's that Horizon game.
Okay. Horizon?
Yeah, Horizon. I'm kind of skeptical about it, but I mean, that seems like it has a lot of potential. This is way early,
Okay.
I'm sure, and so I think that one can definitely go somewhere. Open world RPG definitely sounds fine with me.
Okay. So Horizon is your contender here?
Yes.
All right. So, Charlie, start us off. Which way are you leaning? For Honor or Horizon?
So For Honor, it looks like a mix of Chivalry and Dynasty Warriors.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, Michael, if you played Chivalry on Steam.
I have indeed.
They've been kind of gaining that concept of what you're seeing a lot from the Ubisoft game. So it hasn't really been. It's been seen before, but it looks like they're portraying it in a really good way. I love the art style. I see that they're doing something particular with the combat. I don't know if you watched the press conference, but that guy was weird as hell. who brought out a cane and had a beard.
Are you kidding me? He was best in show. He had the
Yeah.
best outfit. Let's just be real.
Yeah, but after watching that trailer, I mean, there's nothing else that could get you pumped up more than that. All the death of the different type of warriors. So, I, so I mean, it's been done before. That's why I'm kind of hesitating. And this would be something big for Ubisoft to pull off.
It's true.
If it's at the scale that they're talking about. Horizon, on the other hand, it looks like a really true next-gen game, and it's under good hands with the Gorilla, who really, I think they only really work one title at a time, so they're going to get a lot of backing behind that, and I think it could really become something special, with Gorilla putting all their guns at it.
All right. So we've got.
So I would probably stick with Horizon, in my opinion.
Man, all right. I'll take it next. This is a tough one. I'll be honest. I will definitely be getting For Honor because I'm with you, Mike. It looks like fun. Charlie talking about Dynasty Warriors mixed with Chivalry. Sounds like a great time to me. Like, sounds like I won't have to think about it too hard. But then looking at that, kind of like intimate, like parrying, blocking, gritty combat between two two players, it sounds so fun. And if there's like ways to like dismember arms in the middle of battle but still go, so you're like almost Monty Python style, like, come at me, bro. That sounds fun. But like Charlie says, I've seen it before. I played Chivalry a bunch, even some with you, and Horizon is just something new. It's something new. It caught my eye, so I'm leaning towards Horizon. I want to see more. I want to see more of both, but I'm gonna put my mark on Horizon.
Well, can I have my 2 cents in there as well?
Yeah, drop it.
So, For Honor, I think you guys both hit the nail on the head with kind of expectations. And when I look at it, and this might be a little bit of a stretch, but kind of the arena feel they've been showing with the multiplayer kind of reminds me, because it's 4-person max, right? In that multiplayer.
I don't know.
4-person teams with AI around you.
Yeah, 4-on-4.
Yeah, so, with AI.
Yeah.
Okay, 4-on-4. But it kind of makes me feel like a more intimate arena setting, and it kind of takes me back to like the original Guild Wars when you're having those arena fights. I saw a guy cast arrows down as one of his spells. He was a samurai, and he was able to cut off one of the other enemies, so that it was just a one-on-one sword fight. And then when they start fighting, I kind of get the vibe from Age of Conan, where you're kind of choosing the different angles that you're attacking or hitting. So I kind of got that vibe as well, like you were talking about. I think it's something that's going to be easy to pick up, but it's going to be difficult to master, hopefully. And so that could really set it apart. And I think it could be one of those games that's fun to pick up, have a few quick matches, and enjoy the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But that being said, even though it's not included in my top 3, I've got to say that I really am excited for Horizon. And have you guys seen Jurassic World yet, by the way?
No, this weekend.
Matt finds other stuff to do besides go see movies. And I'm pretty sure it's just walking his chihuahua, but we won't.
All right. You know what? Get off of me. I'm going doubleheader this weekend.
He hasn't even seen Mad Max yet.
I'm going Mad Max and
Wait,
Jurassic Park.
I thought you were supposed to do
Jurassic
that like
World.
2 weeks ago.
I know.
Kids' priorities are all wrong.
God.
Mad Max is
Someone's got to edit this show.
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, the reason for bringing up Jurassic World is I saw last night, of course IMAX, of course 3D,
Of course.
and it was a very enjoyable movie. But there's one point where they send a search party out, and I couldn't help but keep having flashbacks back to the gameplay I saw from Horizon, which is fighting the mechanical, dinosaur or what have you, and she's using the particular weapon that pins it to the ground, And I was thinking, if only they had this in Jurassic World, it would really be effing stuff up right now. So
Yeah, that probably help
I'm
them out.
excited for Horizon. I think in terms of being immersed and really enjoying the storyline and things like that, I think Horizon. When I think of quick gameplay, picking it up, enjoying a few matches, and just kind of that player versus player aspect, For Honor's got me excited. So
So where's the tally? I heard good arguments for both sides.
I think Horizon takes it. I
Okay.
think you guys spoke. I think you guys voted, and the tribe has spoken. My torch has been smothered.
Kevin?
Yep, Horizon.
All right. Well, that was easy. All right. Now for our finals. We've got Fallout 4 versus Horizon. The fourth iteration or a new IP? Kevin, you lead the charge. What are you going to vote for?
I mean, that's tough. Because, I mean, there's a reason. I mean, as much as I love these games, don't get me wrong. You know, Fallout 3, they're in my top five. New Vegas is up there, Skyrim is up there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because just the amount of content that they have, but at the same time, it's just so much that it ends up getting repetitive at one point.
Okay.
Or you just, in Skyrim, you just get so ridiculous that it gets boring as soon as you can kill something on the hardest difficulty on a dragon.
Okay.
You just kind of, there's a moment where it gets boring, and you need a break, and so that makes me want to say Horizon, but Fallout 4, I've just been waiting for that for a long time.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, I've been doing. This is something that I look up on. Try to get the latest news or rumors. That there are a few. Those are one of the few things I do keep up to date on.
Yeah.
And so I'm stuck, but I think I think I'm gonna go safe and go Fallout 4.
All right.
Just because it's something that I know, and Horizon could tank or be riddled with a bunch of bugs. So
That's fair. But again, it's game of this show, so it's the one that stole your heart. But yeah, Fallout 4 is an awesome choice. I'll take it next. I've got to go with the new IP. I'm definitely going to play Fallout 4. I'm going to spend time in it. I'm just not a big a fan compared to Charlie and Kevin. And like I said, nothing got me like the little kid, like, ooh, that looks super cool. It was new, exciting, got me on the edge of my seat. So I got to give it the point. I'm going Horizon. Michael, you're up next.
Well, I think it comes down to it's funny that we've got the new game that no one's ever played before, and then we've got kind of the legend of Fallout. So you really put yourself in a tough spot. But for me, I think the reason everyone's so excited about Fallout 4 is because the original Fallout, right? So that's really what stole your heart to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And these other games just kind of fuel the fire and keep the excitement alive. But I think what we have with Horizon is we have the potential for it to be the next big thing. So I think just the excitement and the unknown makes me want to go with Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the concept I think is exciting. For whatever reason, I'm a huge fan of bow and arrows in games. It's a weird thing, but I love bow and arrows in games, and I think there's going to be a lot of it. So what I said previously, and then that to cap it off. But Horizon.
Well said. I like the visionary aspect of it. Hey, this could be the start of something new. Very well said. All right, Charles, it's up to you. You don't know what the score is. You can't do math. Your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here. I think Horizon left us with a lot of questions, and I think from everything we saw Fallout, it left us with everything we wanted and then some. You've got the new engine, you've got a lot of new mechanics to it. The storyline sounds a little more in depth than I thought it was going to be, because originally I thought it was just going to kind of turn out into like a remake or something.
Sure.
but it looks like they're going to kind of go a different path in the beginning, and then probably guide you down a different location towards the end. And everything still looks pretty familiar, but they're going to have including something similar to Steam Workshops, so
Sure.
that'll keep content coming. Um, I think it would have been really crazy if they threw in some kind of multiplayer component where you could have like 3 friends join you.
Oh
Since
yeah.
there's all that city building stuff involved, in which also mentioned that your town can get raided,
Right.
which is kind of interesting. So it does leave something else besides just building stuff.
Right.
So there's a lot of mechanics there. It answered a lot of questions that we had about Fallout 4, and I think I want to give it to Fallout 4 just
All right.
because of that stuff.
Yeah. No, definitely. We have strong arguments for both games. Since we have an even number, I know what our tiebreaker is. It is the community. They got to let us know, guys. Cast your vote on your top game. Do you think it's Fallout, or do you think it's Horizon? Or you can throw another one there. That's fine. I'll go with that too. Both are solid choices. I don't think we can go wrong. So I'm not going to bring down the hammer and make a judgment. We'll let you guys decide. Again, it's all about playing games that you care about and you want. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it as a tie for now, and we'll see what people share in the comments, and we'll go from there. Mike, I like that you shared For Honor, and I've got to build my little segue here. It did get axed off early, like some of our favorite characters of Game of Thrones, and we've got to segue into our, off-topic section, which is Game of Thrones Season 5. Boy, what a season. But one of our panelists does not watch Game of Thrones, Kevin. So we need to shun him a bit for a moment.
So I just haven't started yet.
And that's
You guys
okay.
already- I'd want to watch it. I still haven't set it up or gotten the time. I mean, how Matt doesn't watch movies, it's how I don't watch TV.
Relax. I'm 2 movies behind, okay? It's not like I don't watch any movie. But fair play. But so since it'll be a little tough for you to keep up with us since we're talking about season 5, we've devised a little game for you, and that's what we're going to start with here. So I have a list from our community and from the panel itself of character names or titles or things like that from Game of Thrones. And so you have to tell us, is it a real character or one we made up? Fair?
Fair.
Are you prepared?
Absolutely not, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, you should be, because winter is coming. Up first, we have the Imp. Is this a real character or a fake one?
The Imp?
The Imp.
Imp.
The Imp.
I want to.
Don't Google this either.
Yeah, stop
No,
Googling.
no. I have.
Good call, good call.
I want to say no, not real, not Game of Thrones. Fake.
Mike, will you tell us an answer here?
The Imp.
The Imp.
It is not a character that I'm familiar with in the Game of Thrones.
Are you kidding me? You guys... Tyrion?
Okay, so I got it wrong.
Tyrion is
well.
his name is
They
Tyrion.
call him the Imp.
They call him the Imp. That is his nickname or his title that give him. He is played by Peter Dinklage, so he is
Yeah,
a.
he's the
I
midget.
disagree with that.
I mean, sorry, the small.
So I tricked Michael with that one too. Like I said, remember it can be their name or title.
I think they prefer
Yeah.
little people.
Yeah.
or little.
So
people.
watch out for that. Hopefully we didn't
More
offend anyone.
politically correct. Or dwarf. They call him a dwarf a lot.
They call him a dwarf too. That's true. Like I said, I don't want to make him super easy. Up next, though, we have Reek.
Reek?
Reek. Real or not?
I want to say fake again. That just sounds So out there.
And the answer is, it's a real character.
What? Someone's called Reek?
Someone is called Reek. There it
He
is.
just
Sort
died.
of,
Did he
it's a
die?
term of endearment.
Something like that.
It's a term of endearment. Yeah.
So we've got 2 wrong. That's okay. We got a handful more for you here. We have let's see here. We'll go with Kingslayer.
That's
The King. I'm sorry. Is the Kingslayer or Kingslayer? I guess he's been referred to as both, or maybe he hasn't been.
They have that title in Witcher, in The Witcher.
Mm.
But I mean, in Game of Thrones, they're kings.
There are kings.
You know.
They don't have sex on unicorns in Game of Thrones.
They don't. Not yet.
I want to say true.
Yeah, you are correct. It is also, he is also known as Jaime Lannister. He is a
Slayer.
pretty important character. Good job. All right, let's see here. This is a good one. The Hound.
Now there are houses.
No. The Hound.
Yeah. No. I mean,
Oh.
like families, like
Oh, okay.
clans, or however you want to call
I think he
it.
lives in a kennel.
No, so
They
I
have
guess,
homes.
Like could be called like as the title. I want to say true.
You are correct. The Hound is a large man with half of his face burned when he was a child. Ding, ding, ding. So you're 2 for 2 now. We're getting somewhere. I will go next with Lord Commander Snow.
Now, y'all mentioned Jon Snow, but is his title Lord Commander? Is that true?
You are correct. It is, in fact, Jon Snow. Lord Commander Jon Snow. You are right. Way to be listening to us here on this show. All right. I've got 2 more for you, and then 1 from the community. This is one that they have shared for us. It is Volstagg. Volstagg. Is he real or not?
Yeah, that just sounds made up.
Well, it is, so. Well done. All right. I've got 2 more for you, and so now you've got,
Well, hold on. What about like Littlefinger?
oh, that's
What do
on
you
my
think
list.
about that one?
Littlefinger. Is that real or not?
Little finger?
Littlefinger.
I mean, that just sounds so nasty. I want to say false.
Oh, he is an important character.
He must hate his life too.
Huh? Oh, well, he gets his name from the islands where he is from. They are shaped and like a little finger.
He supplements his penis size by owning a whorehouse.
Maybe also true.
Well, that's fantastic.
All right. I've got 1 more for you, and we'll end it out here. This way you will have more right than wrong, or you will have even 50-50.
This is, yeah.
And I picked this one on purpose. Grey Worm. Real or fake?
Yeah, I just want to kind of go back to like the whole like names of the families or clans or whatever you want to call it.
It's not how the game is played,
It's not how the game is played.
Kevin.
Wait, well, no, I'm going through logic. I'm trying to.
That's fair.
It sounds familiar. I want to say true.
You are correct. He is the leader of the Unsullied army. They are super talented warriors in combat.
No, they're not. Not lately.
Well, they've been getting beat up lately, but they're
Yeah,
supposed to be.
They need a close combat weapon. as
Well,
far as I'm
Kevin,
concerned.
yeah, that's true. Kevin, well done. You have passed the Game of Thrones name game. I'm proud of you. Yeah, well done.
I won the series 4 out of 7.
You did. All right,
So-
guys. Now on to Game of Thrones. Kevin, you can add any little quims you can think of. And yeah, we're going full spoiler. So if you haven't seen Game of Thrones season 5, drop out. Kevin has to stay around. He's not going to know what's going on anyways. This is why Michael's here. Michael is a huge fan of Game of Thrones. Obviously, he was pumped about For Honor. Mike, what do you think about this season as a whole?
First, Kevin, if you plan on watching Game of Thrones, you might need to exit the thing here, because this is just gonna ruin it for you. But season 5 has been great. I think it started off a little bit slow.
Yeah.
But I think things picked up quickly, and by the finale, so much happened in the finale that to me it could have been 3 episodes. So I was very pleased with the season, and I think it left us off looking for a whole lot more. So
Yeah, definitely.
that's a quick synopsis.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think, I'm with you. The show started off a little bit slow. I should also preface that I've not read the books, and I avoid all the book knowledge that is out there. Granted, it sounds like this season, I've been told by people who have read the books that they're starting to, go off on their own paths a bit. But start off a little slow for me. But man, was it 8? Episode 8 was like a home run. Where, introducing us to Hardhome and seeing winter come, seeing all of those like zombie whites or whatever they're called, was terrifying and so well done. That recovered the entire season for me. So yeah, I mean, from there it was 0 to 60 for the rest of the season. I mean, they were covering so much ground. Like you, I didn't think we were going to see everything we did, especially in the final episode.
Yeah.
But I want more. I want more. Charlie, what about you?
Well, I would call this the season of the side characters. Basically, everything before episode 8 was really focused on all the side characters.
That's fair.
For the most part. I think I enjoyed the whole season as a whole, because when you become really in depth and with the characters, even the side characters, I think there was enough content there, enough going on to keep you going through the whole thing. And if you really look back, there was a formula to everything.
Oh, yeah.
Where in most cases, towards the end of the season, you get your big action-packed episodes, while everything before then's kind of mediocre for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
But you did have a lot of scenes with your side characters running around, stabbing people and whatnot. So I enjoyed it for a whole. As far as I understand, they're caught up to the book. And so I think as far as next season goes, everybody's going to be wondering what the hell's going on. Because I think he's behind on the book, and he won't have that released in time.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's kind of exciting to see how that goes.
Yeah.
I feel like he's doing it on purpose, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely interesting. But I'm with you. I'm excited that they've like hit that wall where like we're in uncharted territory all over the place. I won't have to worry about all these book spoilers ruining the show for me, or the show ruining the books, because it sounds like they're going to go off on 2 different paths, but they will both meet at the same endpoint, which is really cool. It's a different outtake on it, and I mean, I like it. It's almost like alternate universe or reality.
Right. And I want to say props to all my friends for not spoiling the Jon Snow part.
Oh my gosh.
I was very very surprised I didn't find that out sooner. Now I did have hints. I was thinking it might be the case, given the way Ollie was always looking at him and the comments he made. So it just kind of led to, like, if something crazy was going to happen, it probably was going to happen to him.
Yeah. It didn't play out exactly. So we're talking about the closing scene for season 5. And I was telling people, I was like, man, why are they giving Ollie so much airtime? Like, this kid's got to be doing something bad, and he's not happy at Jon Snow. Man, but I didn't expect them to follow through. I thought it was going to be an attempt, and he was going to, thwart the efforts. But that man bleeding on the snow, and his name is
So
Snow.
But I think this last episode it closed a lot of closed a lot of storylines really quickly, and it
Oh,
was a pretty
so fast.
pretty hectic. You didn't have enough time to process everything.
I had to watch it 2 times.
Yeah, yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't think Brienne killed Stannis. I'm hoping that
question.
continues.
That
I
is a
don't
good
see why
question.
they'd keep him alive though, because he really has nothing going for him
I mean
anymore.
let's talk about Stannis real quick. The man burned his kid at the stake in front of his troops. How did you think that was gonna go? Like, even if you got the Lord of Light, like, that was rough. That was a rough scene altogether, but ultimately necessary.
Yeah, I suppose
there
so.
was
I mean, so what? He just sacrificed his daughter so the weather would clear up. I mean,
Right. That's the ultimate rain dance, I guess.
it just showed how impatient he was too, because he could have had the wildlings helping him as well
Yeah.
as all of his soldiers.
He became too
Um,
greedy.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's just he's always been that way. Um, so that's just kind of how his character played out.
Yeah. Definitely.
sure did.
But obviously, there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on this episode, which we could go over.
Oh yeah.
But would you say the ending was the highlight?
Ending was the highlight. I think what I'm interested. So obviously, I'm interested to seeing what happens to Jon Snow. We've got the Red Lady there at the wall, but I'll be honest. I'm more interested in Arya. I think she's one of my top characters. That whole scene happened so fast, but it was so gratifying to see her finally kill one of the people on her list, number one on her list. And it was a brutal takedown. But that whole her swiping all the masks and her going blind was,
She took a beating too, without moving.
yeah, she did. She took a huge beating. But I want to know more about that character. I want to know more about the god of many faces. Is that it? The many-faced god?
Many-faced God.
Yeah. I want to know more about that. God, that seems so intriguing to me. And, so at the end, she's like, oh, I can't see. And I'm wondering, is that her paying penance for taking the man's eyes before she killed him? And will it be permanent, or is it a temporary thing as a temporary punishment because of that? Did you guys think the same thing, or am I off in my own world?
I agree. I think you're right. I think that probably has something to do with her losing her vision because she went straight for his eyes. But I want to go back to that scene because what a great scene. I mean, when he starts breaking that reed and she's not flinching, you know that that's Arya under that face, and it's about to go down, and
Yeah.
it sure did. So
Ooh.
it was pretty good.
She is becoming stone cold. Stone cold. Yeah. Any other highlight scenes from episode 10 or in the season? I mean, we've covered quite a few of them. So.
I mean, throughout this episode, you had Reek finally surrendering and
Yeah.
knocking over the Hound Lady from hurting Sansa,
Oh yeah.
and then they jump into the hopefully the snow and not to their death.
Do you mean the Adventures of Reek and Sansa?
Yeah.
The
How
side
deep was that
children's book?
Does Reek get his mojo back?
I don't know.
Gosh.
I mean, what's interesting is we haven't seen a whole lot from the Iron Islands. We didn't see like that his, lineage at all this season, and I want to know. I gotta want to know what they're doing. Are they on board with Warden of the North and the Boltons, or what? So I wonder if that's where we see them go next season. And but yeah, that was gratifying. I was wondering when he was going to snap out of being Reek and turn back into Theon, and I think we
Right.
just saw the first, first stone turned over for that.
I mean,
so.
for all we know, they did that jump, and then, the Boltons find the lady dead, and then they just go hunt them down and bring them right back.
It's true. It's possible.
Or they jump and then they run into Brianna,
Oh,
and
of
Podrick,
Toth.
and then run off with them
Yeah.
as they get hunted by the Boltons.
Gosh, I hope so.
Yeah. What a great escape plan. You know, we saw Littlefinger a lot early on in the season, promising a lot of things and planning a lot of things, but we didn't see any of his strategies at the end of the season. So it makes me wonder, where is his end game? Like, what's his next steps? Like, I want to know what's actually happening there. We knew he had a lot up his sleeve.
Well, now he doesn't have any alliances outside of Cersei,
No, that's true.
to be honest, with the way Stannis played out.
That's true. Well, he's
And
the Bolton's
Jon Snow.
still right. He's still slightly aligned with
Cersei,
him.
Cersei wanted him to destroy the Boltons
Oh, that's right.
and take over up the north,
Yeah,
as far as I understand.
that's true. The question is which route will he go? Will he help the Boltons or will he help Cersei? So,
So let's jump on your dragon lady
oh
who asked the dragon to find her food and find her water.
yeah, that was a very interesting thing. I mean, we got Tyrion in the basically going to run Meridian. Wait, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I guess. So.
Marine.
Marine, thank you, not Meridian. Yeah, Marine. And yeah, that's interesting.
And,
He's
Varys showed up, or
Varix, is that his name?
no, Jesus, eunuch.
Yes, that guy. I thought he was
Varys.
Varys. Varys, yes. We're
Yeah, where'd he come from?
yeah, finally showing up into the season. Great, good job there, bud.
Well, he caught up. They were all going the same direction.
That's true. So yeah, so it was cool to see him beside Tyrion. That's nice. That's really cool. They're with Grey Worm as well.
Well, they have their own tasks ahead of them.
Yeah, they've got a lot. They've got a
Solving
lot
the
ahead.
issues of a corrupt city.
Yep.
They seem like the right people for the job.
Yeah, so that seemed really cool.
The prolonged stare up, the prolonged stare down of the three.
Yeah,
Dragged out stare down scene.
yeah, that's true. That definitely got dragged out a bit. But obviously, the two warriors are off looking for their queen because she is off. It looks like, what was that giant tribe of warriors? Was it the original tribe that she was part of? Is it the Dothraki?
I think so. I mean, they're on horseback. I think it's the Dothraki.
Yeah. So the question is do they remember her at all? Are they still going? What are they? What's going to happen to her?
Well, I imagine they saw the dragon fly over, and that's why they chased after her.
Right.
If they're there to harm her or be like, hey, we were wrong, because a lot of them left after Drogo died,
Correct.
and
Yeah.
that's something you got to keep in mind. So maybe they'll change their mind or whatnot. But we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Are we missing any character? Well, we've got the longest walk of shame in history. I think it went on for a total of like 9 or 10 minutes, if I clocked it correctly.
But I think the Walk of Shame was not only great for what it was, but for what happened at the end and what we got from it.
Yes, absolutely. And what did we get from it?
A giant zombie version of the mountain.
Oh man.
The mountain is about Zombie Mountain. It's the newest park coming to Game of Thrones, amusement park, and it is about to have some big drops.
I
of
like how he
swords.
couldn't even fit into the helmet.
Yeah, he could barely
His
fit in
face
the
is
armor.
bulging out.
Right.
I just loved like the little note about he's taking a vow of silence because he probably does not have a mouth.
So who do you think is first on the hit list for Frankenstein 2.0?
The nun that smacked Cersei with the water ladle.
Well, I'm sure all
Probably
the
a safe bet.
all the religious folk are going to be like, it's an abomination, kill it, and they're all going to get killed. So
Yeah.
that's how that should play out.
Good luck with that.
But I'm thinking what's going to happen is like maybe who's the brother of the queen or the
Oh,
one of the Tyrells or whatever.
From High
Tyrells.
Garden. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to know what happened to them. That's a great point. We didn't see.
Right. Well, no, I think what I would hope is going to happen is that he's going to have to battle the mountain
Oh,
and then get killed. But that's just me guessing.
wow, that's an interesting thought. My question is on that is, has their trial, like, how much time has passed for Cersei? You know, we kind of lost connection with the rest of King's Landing. Has it been months? Has it been weeks? Has the trial for the High Garden thing already happened? I don't know. I assume we wouldn't miss that as scenes from the show, but it could have happened behind the scenes.
Right.
I think we'll get clear on that. I think you're right. I think something trial by combat or something. I don't know if that would fit the cult's rules, but
You're calling the
something like
religious people a cult?
yeah, I think it's a safe call in this case.
I don't think they'd like the sound of that.
Yeah, you might have to go to the black cells, Michael.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man.
Oh man,
But we'll see how that plays out. But in regards to the theory behind Jon Snow, and you did have the red-haired lady show up,
Yep.
and if you remember a couple seasons ago, the Hound had to fight one of the old Targaryens in the cave with the flaming sword, and he was killed, but he was brought back to life by an ex member of the religious group of Fire. And
Yep.
so they did have a discussion, him and the redhead chick, and she was like, you shouldn't be practicing that magic, but he does because he's not really religious anymore. He just uses the powers that he was given. And so I'm thinking that she might have lost her faith too and used that powers to bring Jon Snow back to life.
Yeah, I think something like that is definitely going to happen. I mean, the amount of rage on social media after that episode where they're like, I'm quitting Game of Thrones. It was off the charts. But I'll make a note that from what I understand is he has the actor who plays Jon Snow has a 7-season contract. So, granted, he has come out and said that Jon Snow is dead. They could be playing us up, but maybe it's all flashbacks from here on out that he's part of. But I can't believe that they would kill Jon Snow was like the one last beacon of hope that everyone cared about. He's the one male Stark that we've been following for the every season. We didn't see Bran this season, so yeah, I can't imagine that he's gone. But it's terrifying to think about. If he is gone, where do we go next? Who do we root for? Arya, and that's it. Man,
Well, the question is still unanswered. Who is the mother of Jon Snow?
yeah.
It hasn't been addressed, so I don't know if that storyline dies with Jon Snow or if there's more to come. But I'm kind of with Charlie on this. I think there's going to be some blood magic involved.
I hope so.
And the one thing that excites me most about that is no one would be a better right-hand man for Jon Snow than Sir Davos. So we need him to be his right-hand man now that Stannis is dead, and that would be a power couple there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great point. I also should note that if he is brought back, does that mean he is no longer a man of the Night's Watch and can leave the Wall? Because he paid his debt, or what that was part of his oath was till death.
Yeah, that was talked about. So That is something to consider.
So maybe this death is actually necessary for him to break from the wall, and maybe he is the one who actually goes to Winterfell with the wildlings and takes back, takes out the Boltons and reclaims his home.
So the new protagonist is not going to be Ramsay.
Maybe. I hope not.
Yeah, that would be something. And we've got to get what's her name, Brienne of Tarth. We've got to get her in there. We've got to get her some more action next season, hopefully.
Yeah.
So.
She had some stuff early on, but dude, what if it's just like Reek, Sansa, Podrick, Brienne of Tarth, and Stannis all going on an adventure,
The adventures of the side characters.
and Stannis is just in chains the whole time, complaining,
Podrick's
just
going to be
going,
the new.
Podrick's the new
Podrick's
hero.
going to sit on that throne, guaranteed.
So yeah. I mean, it begs the question. Like, we're starting to get into lots of theories here, but it begs the question. Like, if Jon does not come back, it is the story of this show that there are no winners. Like, the ultimate goal is that the Night's King, the guy who raised the dead and did the "come at me snow, come at me bro, come at me crow" move, if you will. Is he the one who actually wins the game? Like, there is no happy ending.
and that would be okay with me.
I
I want
think
to see everybody die off. That'd be great.
that would be
Make good television.
yeah.
Regardless of who comes away victorious at the end, they're going to have to face off with the White Walkers.
Yes.
I think that's how it ends for me. Whoever is the last group or man or woman that takes the throne, they're going to have their work cut out for them, and they're going to have a final battle with the White Walkers, and that is how it's going to end. So one way or another, I think that's what it comes down to.
And that is one full season. The whole battle is one season, season 8.
And we need to touch on real quick Jaime Lannister's
The daughter.
daughter,
Yeah.
after he told her that she was made of incest.
Yep.
Uh,
She was oddly okay with it.
had the kiss of death from the lady,
The
one of
sand
the Dorne
snakes. Yeah.
people. So, do you think they're going to turn the boat around or just keep going?
I think it's too late. I think she's gone.
Bullshit. Well, no, she's dead, but they're going to turn that boat around, and then a war will get started.
Potentially.
Or at least all those girls are going to get killed off.
Yeah, it's.
I think. I don't think they're going to turn their boat around. I think they're going to keep going to King's Landing, and then I think there's inevitably going to be a war. But if they turn around,
Why would they not turn around? Because the guy was on their side. He didn't want any conflict with them. And obviously they know who the person is who needs to be killed, the girl and her daughters.
It's true.
well, here's my thought. I think they're going to. I don't know. It's tough to say with Game of Thrones, but I think they're going to attempt to take control of that boat and take the prince hostage, which is
Oh,
really
that's
going
true.
to
I keep forgetting the prince is on the boat.
Prince is on the boat. Well, and remember the prince and the princess actually they claim that they actually care about each other. So this might cause they might turn around, or I could also see it happening like this. They keep going. The prince sends a crow or a raven back because they probably try to save her. Like, she probably still has something. Like, oh, we can save her. Like, just hang on. And
What do you mean? They're like a couple football fields away from turning around.
you're probably right. But here's the thing. I don't think they turn around. I think they just keep going. They send, maybe they have some kind of like, maybe the prince has something that can help like reduce the pain, and maybe they think they can save her. And the prince just sends a crow or something, some message back, and that gets her, the speculation starts happening, and she has to go to trial of some kind.
We could have a big fighting scene on the docks where they all just kill each other.
Maybe so. Who knows? But that's a lot. I mean, anything else you guys want to say? We've been chatting about it for a while, so we should probably wrap up here. Any final thoughts?
Prediction for next season. Let's hear it. One sentence.
Jon Snow gets brought back, marches with the wildlings to Winterfell.
Yeah, I think you've got Reek and Sansa. I think are going to land in the infinitely deep snow, so they're fine. They'll then join up with Brienne of Tarth, and they will meet up with Jon Snow and the wildlings and Jon Snow's right-hand man, Sir Davos.
Wiggins.
And that's just one storyline. Gosh,
I know.
So many other.
There's so much happening.
I think Jon Snow remains injured for an entire season.
Ooh.
And they focus on all the Greyjoy stuff.
Yeah.
And a ton of other stuff that they didn't touch on.
I also want to see my boy, Bran, and I want to see what he's up to with the children of the
Tree
forest.
Whisperer.
Yes. I want to see him next season. Even if it's just a glimpse and it teases me, I want to see him back.
So apparently there's a big theory where, like, if you go back to the very first season where Sean Bean or whatever is cleaning his sword and the tree cries or whatever, where he, like, looks up and he thinks he hears something.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's, like, Bronn talking to him or something, or Bran talking to him. So there's all this weird stuff going on, but we'll just leave it there.
Yeah. Can't wait for more.
There you go.
Time
See you in
travel.
April.
Guys, thank you so much for chatting about Game of Thrones. Kevin, thank you for dealing with us for a little bit here and playing our fun Game of Thrones name game.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he's here. He's hiding.
Oh God, you listen to all that?
Yeah,
Just
I'll
turn it
listen
off
to
and
all of it
watch the
so
show
everyone-
instead.
Uh,
Oh my God.
He's a trooper. He is a trooper.
Earmuffs.
No, I actually have no idea who the hell or what y'all are talking about.
Yeah.
He's missing one of the greatest shows on television.
We'll catch him up. But guys, thank you so much. This was a little bit longer show, but we had tons of important things to talk about. We had E3 to cover. We had Top Game. We have game of the show, Game of Thrones, all that good stuff. And Charlie, keep me honest here. No one has reached out to us for our 2-game giveaway.
Yeah, we just keep adding games onto it.
I'm not adding any more games this week, unless you got one.
What can I?
Nope. No more
We'll
games.
just leave it there. All right.
We got 2 games.
Let me go through my Steam.
You go through your stuff. We might have a game for you. We'll let you know. But someone get our 2 free games. We're giving 2 free games away.
Company Heroes 2 and
Copy
that
to
game that
Pre-Alpha
Matt keeps playing.
Duelist.
If you haven't played these games yet, what have you done? Because it's so old now.
What do you got for me?
Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 Episode 1.
Boom. We'll give you one of those. We'll give you Half-Life 2. It's added to the bundle. We're about to make our So Much Hype giveaway bundle.
So much hype, humble bundle.
We're getting serious, guys. So Much Hype humble bundle. Oh, Charlie, thank you as always. Kevin, thank you. And our special guest, Mike Dean, thank you so much for joining us. We'll definitely have to have you back for more Game of Thrones and, just for having fun. Maybe we talk about medieval sword fighting games as a topic one day.
Hopefully we get Half-Life 3 is in the conversation for game of the E3 next time we talk.
Hey, if we're there and that's when it happens, we just need to make the note that So Much Hype is the one that brought it.
Yeah, for the record, Half-Life 3 not confirmed.
Yeah, it's
Not confirmed.
Guys, thank you so much. This has been episode 3 of So Much Hype, extra extended edition. Let us know what your favorite game of E3 is and your favorite moments from Game of Thrones. And we will see you guys next week. Later. Okay. Charlie, give me a quick 1-2. I want to make sure your audio is good.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Mike Dean.
Well, can I get this real fast?
Keep going. I'm just checking everyone's audio. Christ.
Yeah.
Go, Michael.
One,
Can you
two.
go ahead and record this?
I am. I'm recording it right now. Michael, say
1,
something
2,
again for me.
3, 4. Stannis Baratheon, first of his name.
Okay, thank you.